Previously on Fear the Walking Dead.
What the hell? I'll blow her damn head off!
Go on.
What kind of a psycho are you?
Well, you're the one who's shooting shotgun shells into a corpse.
So what do they make the villain do in this one, Cole? What do they make the villain do? Shoot a dead corpse. I'm like, for the love of God, man. Like, sometimes Fear and their villains can just be too out there for me. I'm sorry. If we were supposed to be scared of this guy, if we were supposed to actually, like, fear him, wow, they failed. Huh. Okay. Well, you shoot him. I don't like it. You shoot him. I might understand it. Because he was a moron this episode. Hey guys, it's Dan, your host of TWD Reviews, and today I'm back for another Fear the Walking Dead video for today. This one's going to be doing my weekly review for this week's episode of Fear the Walking Dead Season 6. After the 2-week break, we are back for the penultimate of Season 6, Episode 15, which is called USS Pennsylvania.
Does everyone know that they're gonna die?
So you ready to do this?
Okay guys, this is going to be doing a review for today. This one's going to be doing my weekly review for this week's episode of Fear the Walking Dead Season 6. This is going to be for episode 15 called USS Pennsylvania. So, obviously guys, we are back for the Fear the Walking Dead reviews. We got 2 episodes left because of course we did have the 1 week break last week, and now we're back for the penultimate. So, episode 15 guys. So, wow, there is a lot to discuss in this one. There's a lot to kind of break down here, but obviously before we get into it, a spoiler warning if you have not seen this week's episode of Fear the Walking Dead yet, and let's jump straight into it. So, the penultimate of Fear the Walking Dead, Season 6, Episode 15. Obviously, after Episode 14, we had a lot of things that went down. A lot of kind of stupid things, a lot of things I wasn't a fan of, but now it's time to catch up with our group, and it's time to kind of see what's going on here. Now, gotta say, the montage here to start off this week's episode is great. I mean, it's great. We basically got Teddy and Dakota. Dakota's kind of choosing if she wants to kind of join this system, and it seems like Dakota does want to join Teddy's plan and that whole kind of thing, as she kind of talks about her sister and the importance of the keys. And Morgan, of course, gets the axe, as you see kind of the dam, the dam community. He rides out. Great montage, great music as you see them kind of pull up. And they are ready to, of course, fight Teddy and fight and try to kind of stop, all this from going down. Now, obviously, we got the intro this week. We got Strand holding Morgan's axe, which when I saw that, I'm like, whoa, buddy, what's going on here? So, why do you have Morgan's axe? Like, please, like, make sure nothing happened to him, And I didn't think the thumbnail would be as giving as it actually was, though. Like, I kind of just felt like the intro was just going to be, like, something cool. Like, maybe Morgan, like, just gives him the axe, and he's like, here you go, buddy. Kill a few walkers. Man, if I would have known what that intro actually like means, I'd be like, holy frig, man. So obviously after that they go into the submarine. We obviously have like the characters like Morgan, Strand, we got John Sr., we got June, we got Grace, we got some of these others here, and essentially they're going in there, I believe Dwight, Sherry, stuff like that. So pretty big group here as they kind of go into the submarine. And this part of the episode, as they're in the submarine, really just like the vibe of it, really cool. We get some conversations between Morgan and Grace, how they both, may not make it, that whole kind of thing, and how they both are the ones that they got to worry about, stuff like that. And I will say that I really like the kind of pairing of Morgan and Strand. I thought that was pretty interesting as you kind of go in there and stuff like that. And of course, we do have, which is kind of the next thing I wanted to discuss for this week's episode, we do have a few dialogue scenes in here that I do like, but I'm not going to kind of go into detail about all of them. But the one piece of dialogue in this episode that made me just, like, lose it when I saw it, which is the conversation between John Sr. and Teddy, man. I'm just like, oh my God, man, that is so cool. So, obviously after, like, all these years, like, obviously they haven't, spoken to each other. So, obviously seeing this is really, really cool. And I gotta say, man, honestly, the two of them, man, these two actors, like, they really are great. They really, really are great. And I love just the way they talk. Like, Teddy's like, well, I have to disagree, officer. Like, stuff like that. So darn cool. And they're talking about, like, oh, I'm gonna kill you. Well, hey, like, I beg to differ. The way they kind of play off each other is really cool. And, man, honestly, no one can sit there and tell me nothing is gonna happen in that finale. Like, someone is gonna fight another. Like, they're gonna fight each other, or something's gonna go down. Because honestly, the way they set up that conversation in this one, yeah, I'm sorry, there is no way. So, But that's just my opinion. So, obviously the submarine, like I said, very interesting location, as we kind of find out as well, too, that Riley used to be on this submarine beforehand, and obviously that's going to kind of go into the Dead in the Water series. Now, real quick, Dead in the Water is actually a show that I remember at first, I'm just like, okay, I'm not a fan of the idea. I don't really understand why they're going to be kind of, doing that. And then you kind of find out about Riley and kind of his story in this one, and you're like, you kind of take a step back for a second, and you're just like, are they gonna make a Riley mini-series like spinoff? Now you've got me interested in Dead in the Water. Okay, I'm gonna eat my words from a few months ago. Now that sounds interesting because I actually want to see like what Teddy's story was, maybe when the apocalypse was like first falling apart. I don't know if they'll show like how he met Teddy, but it's definitely something to mention. Like, honestly, Riley might get his own little mini-series in Dead in the Water. Because honestly, what else would that be? It's a series about a submarine. We know that. We know it won't just be some random submarine. We know it's going to be this one, because if not, what would the point be? So that is very interesting that they kind of bring that up. And yeah, I don't know, man. Really crazy. So let's talk about Victor this episode, okay? So Victor, oh man, dude. So that is a character that I was shocked, to be honest, because listen, season 6, like he's had a crazy kind of like evolution. He's kind of gone through a lot of stuff. He's made it seem like he's a villain. He kind of turns on people, but then he turns on Virginia. You think, oh, he's going back to the good side. He helps Daniel out in 6010 or in 610, and you're just like, okay, so the guy's kind of coming around. Then this episode comes in, and I'm like, I like the pairing between him and Morgan. I think that's really cool. You got some great scenes between the two of them, really interesting stuff, and the selfishness kicks in. I mean, what the heck, man? So, Strand completely just goes 602 mode again, and he tries to frickin' kill Morgan. I'm like, what are you kidding me? Like, not only that, he gets selfish, he gets so paranoid that he throws him into the walkers. I'm like, dude, like, that is terrible. Like, I'm sorry. Look, Strand, okay, here's the thing about this scene, okay? Obviously, we know Morgan's not going to die. Obviously, Morgan kind of, in this episode, has, like, this death wish for some reason, which I found a little odd, but I like it. It kind of makes sense. He's this leader. He doesn't want, if he has to die for the rest of them to live, so be it. So I like that. But Strand is just like, he almost takes those words from Morgan, as Morgan almost wants to kind of like potentially die a hero if he wants to, if he has to. And Strand's just like, you know what? That's a good idea, but not in the way you want to. Now I'm going to make it till you don't have a choice, and I'm just going to frickin' throw you in this group of walkers. Like, breaks the frickin' axe also in the process. Like, I'm like, oh my God. Now, I gotta say one thing, because I know there's been a lot of people complaining about this scene. A lot of people are like, oh, that's so out of character for Strand. That makes no sense. Why is that happening? Like, and I'm just like, you just got me sitting there, okay? And this is my opinion, because I know, like, a lot of people are just like, oh, that's so out of character for Strand. Like, he's come so far, it doesn't make sense. And then I'm just sitting here like, that's Strand for you. I mean, honestly, like, you could definitely argue certain things here and there, like what he's done is evil, whatever. But you can't argue that is so in character. Not just a little bit. That is his character. That is who Strand is. So the selfishness and him trying to do that, I think it's in character. And I love the scene, personally. I know I'm about to get attacked for that, because I know a lot of people do not like that scene. I like the scene, and here's why. Because Strand, I don't want them to make him this hero. I don't want them to make him this nice guy. Like, nah, it doesn't make sense. I'm sorry. Strand is a selfish piece of crap when he wants to be. Let's be honest here. Is he a great character? Does he have a great evolution? Does he have a great story? Absolutely. But you can't deny that what he did is so Strand. It's so in character. So, honestly, I'm not going to go on longer than just say, I get it. I do. I actually get it. For the Strand character, I think this is not only a crazy moment for him, it's going to be something that we're going to have to see going forward, because Morgan's like, okay, we're going to have a talk about that, So, yeah, that it definitely is in Strand's character. I don't doubt that one bit. Now, let's talk about Dakota. Now, the one time that this kid, like, honestly, you're not wondering, is she bad, is she good? No, you just know she's bad. Like, in this scene when she's, like, there, she's pointing the gun, she's talking over the walkie, she says that Strand killed Morgan, and then you got Grace that's like, oh no, like, and it's just like, oh my God, Dakota, like, seriously. But I gotta say, she played a pretty good mini-villain in this episode, right? Like, honestly, you gotta give her credit. You gotta give the actress credit. She's doing a darn good job. Like, honestly, I don't know what the frig they told her to do, but man, keep this up. If they want to keep her as a villain for like a little bit longer or something, man, keep doing this, because I like this. I actually do, because you're not working like Charlie, where you're struggling to get to a redemption arc, which is what I thought we were going to see. No, that's not what's going on at all here. She is fully believing what Teddy wants. She fully is wrapped up into this, and I like it. I think also, like Strand, do I like what Strand did to Morgan? No. Is it in character? Yes. Do I like what Dakota's doing to the group? No. Is it in character? Yes, it is. It is absolutely in character. So I can't flaw any of these. I can't flaw what Strand did this episode, and I can't flaw what Dakota did, because honestly, it's well frickin' done. And I really am trying to stick up for this episode, because I know there's a lot of people out there that do not like this week's episode. I look at all of these scenarios and I'm just like, that's good storytelling. It's good character arcs. They're staying true to who the characters are, and I honestly appreciate that. So now the next thing, obviously, she shoots Strand, which I'm just like, man, the one time I'm actually on Dakota's side a little bit, right? But just a little bit. Strand kind of deserved that. Let's be honest. What he did, you know what? The one time in this world I'll say thank you to Dakota. Yes, Dan just said that. I didn't want her to kill Strand, but a little shot to the arm, yeah, kind of makes sense. I'll be honest, kind of makes sense. What he did, honestly, I'd say he at least deserves that. He doesn't deserve to get killed, maybe not, but definitely at least that, yeah, I'm sorry. I think that actually does make a lot of sense. But, all right. This episode, in my opinion, it's all good until this moment. I think everything is good. I think everything is honestly just exactly what it needs to be. But now, guys, we got to jump into some flaws, okay? And it's actually the remainder of the episode. Morgan should have killed Dakota. He should have absolutely killed Dakota. That, I got a flaw. It makes no sense why he didn't, why he didn't kill Dakota. Or Strand wanted to, Strand should have been like, Morgan, if you're not going to do it, she just shot me, we need to kill her now. No, they didn't even do that. That didn't make sense. And then in the final scene, don't even get me started, okay? I love the way this episode ends, and let's talk about it. Obviously, the missile, it goes off, right? And you see, Daniel, that's a big stick, but I'm like, okay, so you basically, you kind of introduce this, threat for the finale as that thing kind of sets off. Very intense, very, it puts you into the moment. It really, gets you, hyped up. But then you've got this stupid standoff between Teddy and Riley and Morgan and Strand. And Morgan doesn't do anything. He just lets them go. I'm like, what? Look, I understand that you wanna build a story. You got a story that you gotta tell. You gotta keep certain characters alive so the story can flow well. There are ways to write around that. I'm sorry, if I was a writer and I was sitting there and I'm just like, okay, so Morgan just lets them go because. I'd be like, because of what? Because of what? Honestly, can somebody answer that to me in the comments? Why did they let him go? Someone answer that to me. I don't understand that. I really do not understand that. And you're telling me that Strand wants to take Morgan out, but doesn't want to take out Riley? Are you kidding me? No, I'm sorry. I can't buy that for one frickin' second. So, anyway, that is that. The episode, it ends in a pretty crappy way. I'm gonna be honest. It ends in a pretty crappy way. But the rest of the episode, phenomenal, in my opinion. Phenomenal penultimate. So this week's rating, I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. I think it's a really good episode. Just the plot armor at the end has to take that 1 point off. But I'm not going to go lower than that because I think the episode actually is really darn good. And it sets up for the finale in a really great way. And honestly, if you guys have seen the promo for 16, we're going to discuss that in a minute in the next video. But wow, that is just, I cannot wait, guys, for the finale. So 9 out of 10 for this week. That is my thoughts on this penultimate for Fear the Walking Dead, episode 15, USS Pennsylvania. So anyway, guys, thank you guys for watching this video. Write your comments in the comment section below. If you guys are new here, click subscribe and tune up some of my videos for Fear the Walking Dead. Follow Dan's Walking Reviews, subscribe, guys. And of course, I'll see you guys really soon for another video for Fear the Walking Dead. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys, and peace out.